What's up, everybody? Welcome to 3D Rivals, your first line of defense against stupid movies. My name is DJ, and as always, I'm joined by my co-host, my sister Della,
What's up?
and my brother Derek.
What's up?
This time, we're going to talk about a classic, 1979's Alien. Make sure I don't put the plural on that because that's a different movie.
Yes, it felt like you wanted to put the S on there.
Yeah.
It
Yeah,
did sound
I
like
did.
that.
I did want to
Okay.
put the S on there.
Okay.
I was like, no, it's
just
singular.
Alien.
Because
Yes.
there's only one in this movie.
Correct.
Yes. Which has about 4 minutes of screen time.
Exactly. Yep.
Which
I
is
did-
interesting.
I did not know that this came out in 1979.
When did you think it came out?
You know, because of the sequel,
Mm-hmm.
I always got the two mixed up.
Oh.
So I thought the original was in 1982, but that's the sequel. I didn't think the sequel was the original, but it's like I just blended the two. So I thought it started in 1982.
Is there really a difference between 79 and 82?
Not a big one.
I mean,
No.
they're practically
I mean,
the
it was
same
both
years.
before I was born. So
Well, I don't know. As we've learned recently, 3 years can be an eternity. So,
That is very true.
yeah.
That is, I don't think much has, although all the old people are going to tell me this happened and this happened. I don't think much has changed between 1979 and 1982.
Yeah, probably not. All right, but Alien is the sci-fi thriller or sci-fi horror?
It's a horror.
Yeah, movie about an alien.
It's a simple concept. There is an alien, they go to a planet, they bring it back with them. Now the alien
And
is
now
killing
it's
them.
terrorizing the ship.
Yes, very simple, straightforward movie.
Yeah.
what y'all think about the old 20th Century Fox? I haven't heard that in a long
Whoa.
time.
Okay, so not only have I hadn't heard the 20th Century Fox intro in a while, and then when I was seeing the quality of the 20th Century Fox intro, I was like, wow, that's what it used to be. Whoa.
It instantly,
True.
you was just like, wow, this is an old movie. Like
Yeah.
just that, but the movie itself didn't look bad.
It did not.
It didn't look bad. No.
Didn't.
I was surprised. And I was like, oh.
Besides,
when the alien moves.
No,
You said
when the
no.
alien is clearly a guy in a suit, but like a Power Ranger
When
villain.
they're just showing his
He's
face.
listed in the credits too.
Yeah, there's a man in a suit. When it's just his face, it looks pretty good.
Mhm, mhm.
But it's when there's
It's
body
practical.
shots and he's moving. That's
I was like, is it practical? It was practical, right?
Well, it wasn't CGI.
It was, yeah.
No, nothing in this movie was CGI.
That
They
explosion
used-
at the end was.
They use all of their computer technology for the 20th Century Fox opening.
All right, so oh, now I forgot what I was going to say. We were talking about the alien, right?
Yeah, I was saying as a whole, I think the movie does look good.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, it looks pretty good. I did want to mention. I don't think this wasn't what I was going to talk about, but I did want to mention. In '79, their idea of what the future would be is a little odd. Like we're spacefaring in 2030 something.
No,
But-
it's further than 2030, isn't it? 2080 something?
Was it 2080?
I think it's 2080 something.
Okay, maybe I missed that. Either way,
Yeah.
but our computers are still like trash. Like,
Oh, okay. So I was thinking that, but here's the thing. See, now we can make the future look like whatever we want to because we have computers to basically can draw up whatever we
Yeah.
imagine.
yeah,
Yeah.
In 1979, they can only do what technology allows them to do. So it's kind of hard to imagine, something that the technology won't even allow you. Even if you thought it up, how could you make it?
yeah. Well, I understood that. I just thought it was funny because it's like someone in 1979 is not going to imagine like a smartphone today.
Well, even if they did, it's still going to look
Right.
like, I don't even know, like a payphone or something. I don't know.
Yeah, it's not going to look like
It's like-
how we have it now.
They literally can't. Yeah.
I just always find it funny, like the old movies when they're like are in the future, but it's like it still looks archaic.
It's still basically the same thing, but maybe more. I was just noticing how small the computer screens were.
Yeah, and the lack of color on them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, we still going with like
Everything.
lines and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, this 10 pixel screen. Oh man. Okay, but back to it. So let's give a little overview of the movie, what it's about. So, well, I mean, I guess you kind of did. Didn't you?
I did the speed run, but if you want to more detail, by all means.
Oh, okay. Well, it's a mining ship, right?
Yes.
And they're returning home, and then they get a distress signal, which is how they end up on the planet and pick up the alien. And then that's when all the horror ensues. So in watching this, when we start, I was like, okay, I get why they go down because they're required to.
Mm-hmm.
After I saw the big dead alien in the ship, I'll be like, all right, we've done our exploration. Everybody here is dead, so we're gonna go.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I'm not going further.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was one of my nitpicks. Is like once you realize you see the giant dead alien, you didn't realize that the distress signal, it was either it's late, right? You picked this up years after the fact. Why did we continue to explore the ship? You did your job now.
Yeah.
There was no reason for them to continue on. Especially when like you are inspecting a random hole in a random ship.
Yeah, so there was a hole in with Kane goes down into it.
Yeah.
One never would I would have been like, yeah, we're done, right? Yeah.
Mhm.
But he goes down into it, fine. And then you say like, oh, I see a bunch of eggs. There's no way in the world that you go like these are gonna release some face hugging aliens that can somehow get through my helmet, okay? You're not gonna think that.
Mhm.
Fine. You know what my thought would be? I'm in a nest.
Yeah.
And you know what protects nest? Usually angry parents.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be up out of this place. I'm not staying anywhere with a bunch of eggs.
Well, just not even that. Like, why did you put your face in it? Like,
He did lean his face forward. He's like, hey,
like,
it's opening up. Let me see what's
like I would have seen all of these eggs in there, and the thing is moving and breathing, and I'm just like, I'm out. I don't need to see anymore.
My thing is also on how big the eggs are. So I'm like, if the eggs are this big, whoever or whatever laid this is even bigger.
Well, we're forgetting they saw a dead alien with a
Oh.
hole in his chest
Yeah.
before you even went down there.
Right.
Something happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now you seen a bunch of weird stuff, and you still sticking your face inside of a glowing egg.
Yeah.
Just what we doing?
What we doing?
Just dumb.
Yeah. Oh, and then it gets even dumber after that
Well,
because protocol was broken.
Well, okay. So, but there's an explanation for all of that.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
yeah.
so they bring him back, and so Ripley's not gonna let him in. It's like you got to quarantine because the dude got an alien attached to his face,
Mhm.
and you're like he's gonna die. I get it, and I understand, and compassion and all that. However, she's right. Like
You compromise.
The
if you
whole
let it
ship.
in, then everybody dies.
Yeah.
Right? We can't just do that. So he's got to quarantine, and then the alien could have bust out and been outside, out there.
Yeah, which is like, oh, I mean, like compassion, but at the same time, this man got an alien on his face. Like, I'm sorry, bruh.
He's probably dead.
You're dead. I'm just,
I mean, guys, he's
just
probably
come on.
dead.
But then, even then, and I'm like, I know why. But when we bring him to the ship, I'd have quarantined him there. He doesn't leave the lab or the infirmary or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah, they take him out later, which is questionable.
Very.
Yeah. We need to talk about in detail them taking him out.
Yeah.
But I have to say, all this it's still very interesting to watch, and I did think it started off a little slow in the beginning, but like I think this is pretty well done. There's a reason why this is like a classic movie,
Yeah.
Yeah. I agree. I think because I wrote the same thing down, like it's a bit at the beginning, it's a bit of a slow burn. And I wonder if it's less of that because they really don't waste a lot of time, right? Like the movie
Yeah.
opens, they wake up, they get the signal, they go to the planet, they come back with alien. Like all of that happens within the first 30 minutes.
Yeah.
So, but I think it feels slow because we know what's going to happen already.
Maybe. Yeah.
And I think that's the difference. It's like knowing what this all leads to. You're just kind of like, well, get to the part.
Yeah, like because like the twist in the movie, of course, wasn't a twist for me because
Yeah.
no, it's not the first time I've seen it, but I don't think I watched this movie from beginning to end ever.
This is my first time as well.
Yeah,
So,
but it's like I knew all the important parts.
yeah,
Yeah.
like I knew who was the bad guy.
Yeah.
Plus, they telegraphed that
Ugh.
from the beginning.
He was such a weirdo from jump. Just
Yeah.
come on. Yeah.
But okay, so we get him back on a ship, and we're trying to get this alien off of him, and like, you know, you're poking at it, and it's tightening itself around his neck and whatnot. I'm like, yo,
Just like, why are we still
Yeah.
poking
Then
this
they
thing with a
like,
stick?
we're afraid to take it off because somehow how he's attached, that's how he's still alive and able to breathe. And if we just take it off, it may also kill him. I'm like, he's dying anyway, y'all. And that's me saying this before even getting to what I know was going to happen.
Yeah.
But I was just like, natural instinct. I'm like, he's not going to survive this.
you killed them both.
Yeah.
And,
So
and like, I mean, I guess you don't know. You don't know. I can see
Mhm.
I think one of the crew members made a good point. They're like, why are we not freezing him? And I agree. Like, hey,
Mhm.
freeze them both. I guess that means the alien would be on Earth, but we're probably more equipped
yeah.
than just a
Yeah, like you're
ship
a
flying in space.
mining ship.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, they weren't equipped to deal with any abductions or interception of anything that wasn't human.
Yeah. So either freeze them both or send that man back outside.
Yeah.
Them are your options.
So yeah. So I agree when you're saying freeze them. Yeah. Do that. It probably would have killed the alien. Yeah, probably.
Maybe.
Probably.
Is that one of his weaknesses?
I don't know.
Does
Doesn't have
anyone
a
know?
weakness. Xenomorphs don't really have a weakness, do they?
I don't think.
Being shot.
Oh, they can be shot. That I know for sure.
Yeah, it's just the acid you have to deal with after they're shot. So it's
Well,
like you have to shoot
snipe
them
them.
from a distance.
Well, that wasn't really an option here.
So yeah, so you have all that, and then they try to cut it off of his face, and this is when we discover his blood is acid. And I think that is the last straw right there. It's
Mhm.
like, so there's no way for us to get it off of his face because, I mean, it literally bleeds acid.
Yeah.
So now we throw him off the ship. I'm sorry, goodbye, we're gone. Like, because we don't know what's going to happen. It's obviously doing something. It's not just attached to his face for
Exactly.
nothing.
Yeah.
Know? You know, like either
Either it's slowly eating him.
or it's going to release some kind of pathogen, which we still don't know if it's doing anyway, because we got this. No one's wearing a mask or anything.
Yeah.
It's just a.
And that's what Ripley kept on saying. Like,
Yeah, she was the only voice of logic in this whole thing. Like, Dallas, horrible captain.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Like, dude, make some good decisions.
Yeah, he was the one telling her to open the door. And I'm like, bro, as a captain, you should have been like, we need to stay outside. Even though you're the one out there.
Yeah. Like, isn't it the captain's job to make the hard decisions?
Yeah.
Horrible.
Also, I'm not going in no air vent. It's in the air ducts. Okay, I'll go in. Man, nah. Y'all better find another way. Send this man on the death trip. All right. All right, so we can't cut it off. I agree. At this point, we throw him off the ship. I sound heartless, but like, bro,
You have
I
to at this point.
If it was me, throw me off the ship. I'm dead. I guess.
Yeah.
You know, whatever. And of course, Ash is just being very weird because Ash is the one that opened the door.
Yeah.
And he's like telling him not to do any logical thing.
Yeah.
Real weird, right?
But my thing is,
very.
like, who put you in charge?
Right.
Because, I mean, Dallas was like, well, the science division handles the science stuff. Okay, but you're still the captain, which means doors don't get open, people stay in quarantine, and we don't poke random aliens with sticks.
Probably a good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, then the alien comes off his face, right? and they're looking around the room for the alien again. All right, we just saw this thing attach itself very snugly onto this man's face, right? And we just up in here walking around
Looking
with nothing.
up.
Not leaving doors open.
And I know when he closed the door, I was like, "Wait, you didn't do that when you first came in the room?"
Very first thing you should have did.
So I'm like, dude, I would have. I know it was through his helmet before. I at least would have had a helmet on. I don't know. Give me some layer between me and this alien.
Something,
thing.
even if it's not gonna work, I'm just gonna make just to make me feel better.
I'm like, bruh. And so they find that it's dead. And then the guy wakes up and they're just like, oh, he's fine. I'm like, yo. Yo. We don't have I guess they wouldn't have an MRI machine or something. I don't know.
No, MRIs existed in the 70s, didn't they?
Yeah, but do you have it on a mining ship?
Oh, okay. Guess not.
Well, no.
Well,
Actually,
no, you
if
have a
you
whole
have
lab.
a long trip like that, you need a fully equipped medical bay.
No, but they did because they hit the Dr. Ash had the X-ray because he knew what the alien was doing to Kane's face. He knew because
Yeah.
when Ripley was asking questions, he turning off screens and stuff. He knew, so he had an X-ray, so he can see all of that. But then brings up a question. I guess we haven't talked about Ash yet, so never mind. I'll ask that later.
Okay. I do have a feeling about Ash and the company
Mm-hmm.
and the distress signal. I have a little feeling about it. But
Oh, okay.
we'll touch on it. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like you should be again in quarantine and being studied. Like, what did we think it's like? Oh, it just died. He's okay, guys. Like, no. It was on his face.
Yeah.
He stays in quarantine.
He don't go nowhere. Like he was unconscious for hours when an alien attached to his face. The alien disappears, and now he's okay, and
Right.
no one
and
is
you
questioning.
find
this.
the alien dead.
Yeah, I want to know, what did he do to you, right? Because it was a living thing, and all of a sudden it's dead now, and you're okay. Something. Come on.
Yeah.
Would be studying both because now I want to know, why is the alien dead and you're alive?
I mean, clearly this is a host situation, right?
That would be the first thought.
Yeah.
Yeah, and in real life, they're both getting studied and
Bruh,
dissected.
he don't leave that lab.
No.
Again, why aren't we freezing him?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so the alien's off of him. Okay, you're being frozen until we.
He immediately goes to that little sleeping pod. I mean, it might not have worked, but at least,
Maybe it would. If it actually freezes him, it might have stopped the xenomorph too, right?
yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Well, my thing
Freezing him, yeah. Put him in stasis, no, I don't think it stops.
But my thing is, do anything that made sense, even if it ends up not working. At least it's like, well, they
Not
tried,
sitting down eating a meal. With him.
right?
Seems like the worst idea.
Yeah. So horrible.
Let's eat and have a beer.
Yeah. Like, oh, hey, you're fine now. He is not okay. I mean, it's like someone waking up from a coma and you just take him out the hospital. You want
And you
McDonald's?
bring him home.
Like,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah, we're gonna need to figure some stuff out first.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then when the alien bursts out of him, I'm like, okay, Ash stops the guy from stabbing it. I'm like, we just gonna let it go though?
Right.
Yeah.
Don't kill it.
Like, what do you mean? Don't kill it.
It
How do I know
busts.
it's not gonna jump into somebody else and
Oh,
bust out of
right.
their
I'm
chest?
sorry. When things start coming out of people, like, bruh, I'm killing it.
Right.
Just,
And I'm like, dude was screaming and squirming in excruciating pain.
yeah.
I was just like, sedation?
Well, they weren't in the med bay.
They
Maybe
weren't.
if
They was
were in
eating
the med
dinner.
bay, you could do that.
Yeah.
They still would have bust out.
Well,
his
that
chest.
and, you know.
Yeah, it would have, but it's like, I tried to look at it from a viewpoint, like if I was there and I don't know what's going on. So it was like, my first thought was, if someone is screaming out in excruciating pain like this, sedation. And then you bring them in to find out what's causing the pain.
Well, we already know Ash is not good at his job.
Well, yeah.
He was there for one reason and one reason only. But then, okay, I'm sorry. I got to talk about Ash. I know I said I wasn't.
All right, talk
But-
about Ash.
So, I mean, his goal is that he was supposed to get the alien and bring it back and don't care about the crew. That's eventually what Ripley finds out towards the end of the movie. But my thing is that he could have still did that without having the alien run amok on the ship. Like,
Right. he should have captured it.
Yeah.
Well, capture it. My thing is, you had Kane. You know that quarantine Kane. You have your alien there.
Yep.
You did not have to let all this other stuff go down.
Yep.
Also, it seemed like when they were talking about freezing, I know I keep saying it,
Yeah.
but it seemed like it's something like in the futuristic stuff where you can come out of it still alive.
Mhm.
Wouldn't that have been his best bet if they want the alien alive?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like freeze it good, and then now we can bring this back to
Mhm.
because Kane would have gone into quarantine anyway, coming back.
Yeah. And he could have played keep away the whole time. Like, hey, it's not safe. I understand you care about Kane, but you have to stay away from here.
Exactly.
You know, don't do this. Like, he could have played keep away the whole time. And it would have been believable because people would have been like, well, I mean, okay, how sick is he? He must be really sick.
Yeah. There were so many other things that he could have done. I mean, he could have started operating on Kane, but like, oh no, we must get this thing out of him. Crack that man's chest open. Like, he could have done 100 different things instead of letting this alien run around on this ship.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, your job was to get the alien. You got it. By quarantining the alien and Kane, you would have accomplished your mission without letting everything else happen.
Yeah. And I'm like, with the size it was when it came out of his chest, we could have grabbed it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right, grabbed it, put it in a box. I mean, apparently it grows really, really fast.
I was questioning that. I'm like, it went from, and then they showed like his shed skin, like it was the size of like a rat or something like that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then it showed like his skin shed, okay. And then it's a grown man-sized alien. I'm like,
Yeah.
yo, you don't
But-
need to do a bit more than shed some skin. for
True.
that.
True. But in the series, they do grow incredibly fast.
Scientifically makes zero sense.
It makes no sense.
Yeah.
That
But
you
they
need a lot
kept-
of energy.
Yeah, they kept that theory on throughout.
I mean, you
the
can't
franchise.
change it now.
Yeah. Yeah. In the first movie, it grew in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
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 So, but
Yeah.
yeah, so that's the rest of the movie. It's going around the ship. They're trying to catch it, and
Yeah, they're trying to catch it and kill it so that they can get, because they can't go into their sleepy pods with this thing running around the ship.
Right, because it'll kill them in the pods.
Yeah, makes sense. So they're trying to catch it and kill it so then that they can go about their day, but it's not going well.
Right.
no, we send old dude. What's his name?
Which one?
The older guy, or the skinny guy,
Oh,
Oh, I
Brett?
wrote it down.
Was it
I know.
Brett? Brett Beckett?
something like that. But like, okay, so they're in a group of 3. Good job for not,
Going by yourself?
going by yourself. We find a cat. And then y'all send him off by himself to get the cat. I'm like, yo,
I didn't understand that.
Yo, come on.
Right, why Ripley and the other guy just standing there doing nothing?
Like, yeah,
Yeah.
go get the cat, dude. And it's like,
Yeah.
and he
Brett.
died. Yeah.
It was
And I'm
Brett.
like, y'all killed him. Y'all
yeah.
did that on purpose. Yeah, you go get it.
Yeah, don't.
Like I said, in all horror, suspense, crime, animals and kids, you can call me horrible, but they getting left.
Real talk. Well, I mean, not
They
kids.
always get you in trouble, man.
No,
I mean, yeah.
You're kind of horrible. You can't lead the
You can't
kids.
lead the
What's wrong
kids.
with you?
But
No,
that cat,
They weren't getting the cat to save. The cat was probably going to be fine.
Ripley did go back for that cat at the
She
end of
did.
the
that.
movie.
Yes.
Yeah. No, the cat was probably going to be fine. Well, I'm fine with Ripley picking it up to take it onto the ship. She's going to the
She
ship
was
anyway.
looking for it.
Oh, she was. Oh, with a 10-minute countdown. Yeah,
Yeah.
the ship's about to blow up. I'm sorry,
That's what
Kitty.
I'm saying.
about to
It's
go.
one thing if we're both going in the same direction, I'll pick you up.
And the thing was, she wasn't even thinking about the cat. She heard the cat meow. And she was like, oh no, Jones. And I don't know why the cat's name is Jones.
This cat's name is Jones.
It's a cat. Who
You
cares?
can name the cat
Okay.
Jones.
Buttons.
But no. They were.
Mittens.
Brett was looking for the cat so it didn't trip the motion sensor off again.
Well,
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's a decent reason
Yeah.
for that. He didn't have to do that by himself.
He did not. See, this is why they
And he
needed
had no weapon.
technology. Because in that way, you can know the difference between a cat and a 7-foot monster.
Well, this far in the future, we had an air motion sensor thing. Didn't we have radar back then? Something, I don't know.
But a radar inside the ship?
No, I mean, I'm just saying the technology could have.
But they had to
been
make
better.
it. They had to make it up on the fly, though. Because I mean, they had to make it up on the
They did have to
fly.
make it up on the fly. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Fair. Yeah, man, that motion sensor was.
It did not do a good job.
Wait, cameras existed in the 70s. This ship ain't got no cameras on it.
Only just now are places having cameras everywhere. That's like 50 years later, and we're just now doing that.
True.
All right.
We didn't make mention that Ash was a cyborg or a robot.
We didn't get to that part yet.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
Well, I guess that is next.
I mean, well, the captain dies because they figured out it was in the air vents, and they're trying to like force it into the airlock. I didn't get why he had to be in the air vent. Why did the captain need to be in the air vent? So he can shoot fire at the alien? Was that the idea?
I guess, yeah,
Yeah.
to kind of steer it. I guess they were assuming the fire,
Yeah.
it would run away from the fire and steer it to where they needed it to be so they can get it off the ship.
Yeah, so kind of like since he closed all the air ducts, the alien has nowhere to go.
Yeah.
So it's between the alien, him, and holding the fire. Well, apparently it doesn't care about fire. So
Well, he didn't get a chance to use it, so we don't even know if that's
Yeah.
true or not.
Yeah, I don't think that's true because it got hurt by the steam or whatever that Ripley did
Yeah.
at the end.
But I mean, I'm thinking like maybe did he actually have to be inside the vent?
I don't know.
Maybe not.
Could-
Although,
If they had the motion thing, couldn't you like slowly start closing doors when you see it go different places?
but they had to have the motion thing in hand with them,
yeah,
so someone still will have to be walking around.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
That was a good scene, though. I gotta say, even still today, I was like, oh,
Yeah, it made me jump because there was a couple of times I thought the alien was going to be there and it wasn't.
yeah. I would say like, yeah, that last one, I was like, oh,
Would that one made you jump?
Yeah, that made me
That's
jump.
when I saw the human guy because he had his hand.
Oh. I mean,
it
was
did
like,
have
that's
his hand.
definitely
it
a
did, but
dude.
it was. I thought they did it well.
Yeah,
I thought it.
yeah,
I
because
mean,
she kept on screaming like, "It's right there!
get out of there.
Get out of there! It's right on top of you!"
Yeah, her. Okay, so
Parker.
so yeah, the captain dies, and then we find out that Ash is
It's an android.
yeah, because Ripley gets the whole message that Mother is Mother the ship or
I think it's the
the
ship.
company. Okay.
The computer. The computer on the ship.
The computer on the ship. Well, that the directive was to get the alien specimen. Okay, so now here's my thing. Did they know about this ahead of time? Because they said the company wants to use the alien as a weapon or whatever. I'm like, I feel like they sent them out there to get it without telling the crew.
Yeah,
No, I don't think so. I think they knew that it was out there, and that's why they made that rule to respond to all signals.
Oh,
So not knowing that-
whoever runs across it, they'll get it.
Yes.
because technically they weren't supposed to be up yet. They were
Yeah.
supposed to still
Right.
be in stasis.
Right. It woke. So I think it was if a crew happened to run across, to have them always investigate it, assuming that eventually someone will run into the alien that they're looking for.
And kill your crew.
Apparently, even though
Well, it was like the crew was expendable,
yeah,
so
they
it
don't
was
care
like
about it.
if it's hostile, it doesn't matter.
Well, see, my thing is, what do they think was going to happen that the alien wasn't going to? Let's say everyone dies and Ash is still there. Did they think the alien wasn't going to go after Ash?
Right? I don't think the alien.
It doesn't
Would
care.
know,
It
it
just,
doesn't
It
kill.
just attacks.
Yeah, because even Ash said that, like it has no conscience.
So, what was the game plan here?
I don't
Saying
know.
the crew's expendable, but
I don't know.
how was you going to get this alien back?
That
And
ship
then what
would
we're
have
gonna
been.
do, even if it makes it back and the ship's on autopilot and brings it all the way back to Earth.
Yeah, then what?
What are you gonna do then? That's a really big ship. So how are you getting that alien off of it without losing more people?
Yeah, I don't
Nope,
think they
it
thought
wasn't a
this
well
through.
thought out plan,
No.
as
Great plan.
always.
Yeah.
So they beat up Ash. This was kind of funny.
It was.
Well, there were some cuts in there, and I was trying to figure out, like, did she hit Ash or whatever? Why did he start bleeding all of a sudden? And I'm
Yeah.
like, what's happening? And then he tries to choke her with a magazine?
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
weird. I was like, why?
Yeah.
Basically, was shoving it down her esophagus.
I know. I said, why?
Oh,
Not
why
how.
that way? I don't know.
Yeah.
That was a
Very-
strange way of doing it.
Yeah.
It's weird, but they beat up Ash, but see, I knew that part already,
Mhm.
so it wasn't like surprising.
Yeah.
Yeah. Plus, again, they telegraphed Ash. Being
Well, I
back.
think now that you know it, you see all of the signs.
Yeah.
For me, watching it all the way through for the first time, it was apparent that Ash was the bad guy, but I didn't know he was a robot.
Oh no.
Yeah, I have never seen that scene.
Really?
Okay.
Yeah.
I knew about the theory of this being the same universe as Blade Runner, and
I thought that wasn't true.
I don't think it is, but it was that whole theory because they're robots.
Okay.
Oh, those are not the same robots.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah.
No.
Hmm.
Yeah. And so now the idea is to blow up the ship and get off on
The shuttle.
the shuttle.
Yeah.
Just fine.
Smart, I guess. The only
Um,
option.
So they had to do something to blow up the ship.
They were getting
um,
coolant
Yeah,
for something.
Okay. maybe
because they
did it for
needed
shuttle.
for the shuttle. They needed to keep going because since it's a shuttle and not the ship, it can't.
It wouldn't last.
It
as
wouldn't
long,
last
which
as long.
makes
So
sense.
that's why they were going to get the stuff.
Okay, so this brings my question. She never did get that coolant.
She didn't, but I guess it's only keeping her asleep. Maybe that worked because there's only one of them.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
I didn't think about that, but you're right. Yeah,
She never did.
she
get
never
that.
got it.
She never got it.
Yeah,
Okay.
because the Parker and the other
Lambert.
guy.
Okay,
Lambert,
So Lambert.
yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
Lambert's
the
the
alien's
girl,
in
isn't
front
it?
of Lambert,
Yeah.
and Parker's like, "Move, yes, just.
Move.
I mean, I get it's in front of you. Jump to the side. It might jump at you or whatever, but he's got the flamethrower he wants to use on it,
Yeah.
Yeah.
which he cannot do if you're there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. She's like, I can't. But try.
Yeah.
Like just standing there. Like,
Yeah.
look, if it's going to kill you anyway, die running.
Yeah. Because at
Yeah.
this point, it's like you still don't know nothing about this alien. Like you don't know how fast it moves. You don't know what it does. Nothing. So you're standing there screaming and not moving at all. Did nothing but get both of them killed.
Yeah, and he's like, move. I gotta, like, he has it in
Yeah.
his sights.
So now he has to attack it.
Ugh, so
head on.
ridiculous. Yeah. So now he's punching this alien. Just
Right.
absolutely ridiculous. Oh,
And it does
Lambert.
nothing.
yeah, I don't know. After
And she's still standing there screaming, like, pick up the flamethrower.
yeah. So after a little bit, I would have just used the
Flamethrower?
Like, well, I hope to move after I press the trigger.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna try not to hit her.
I mean, but that's so messed though. If you catch her, I mean, but here to survive though. At least
Yeah.
we think.
she might have survived. Maybe her arm got burned or something. But
Hey. Yeah.
at some point, I gotta act because
It's
Yeah.
better than getting bludgeoned.
Yeah.
I never got about the alien. It's like they got that second mouth, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't really bite things. It opens and stuff, but it never really bites things. It just like pushes the
It's
mouth
a, it's
through
a
people,
yeah.
Yeah.
which is weird. Also,
Yeah.
why do you have a second mouth? Like it has to eat through that tiny little mouth. This is
No,
big.
it eats through the big mouth.
Does it?
I think it does.
Yeah. Yeah, it
It
does.
seems like the second mouth takes up all the space inside of the big mouth.
See how
You
big the head is?
are thinking way too much about this.
It's not supposed to make sense, by the way.
I mean, yeah.
I
It's
mean,
weird.
like, I think they was like, we need an alien, and they
Yeah.
came. This is what they came up
It
with.
is a cool looking alien. to
It
be
is.
honest.
I mean, till this day, it's still really cool.
yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
In the meaning of what is it, xenomorphs?
Yes. That's
Yeah, yeah. They said the Greek word means strange alien form.
Well, then there you go.
Or strange form, probably.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. So those two die, and now it's just Ripley. So
Mhm.
she sets off the countdown and saves the cat and gets on the shuttle. And it's on the shuttle already with her.
I'm still trying to figure out what the heck was happening.
I was like, was it sleep?
I don't know. I was so confused. Like, what is it doing? Why is it there? I was so confused.
It was on the shuttle laying somewhere, and it was just staying there.
Yeah, I didn't get it.
And she was opening, so she slowly got her spacesuit on, and opened the hatch so that it gets like sucked out.
Yeah.
But yeah, that part was really weird because the alien was just laying there.
Yeah.
I'm thinking that the alien was just gonna lay there until the ship landed. So it was just like when the ship lands, she wakes up, he kills her. They open the ship, he kills everybody else.
Do the aliens think that much though?
Yeah, I don't think it's a planner.
Yeah,
no, I don't think that, but I think there was like there was no need for him to attack at that moment. But they do say like they're intelligent enough to know like he knew that the other ship was going to be self-destruct. That's why he got on the shuttle.
I don't know.
Was it stuck?
I don't think it was stuck because it was still moving. Slightly.
It didn't get out until she like.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah,
maybe
but
it got
like
stuck.
when she was slipping like the
space
suit on, like they showed like his hand was moving slowly.
Yeah,
the tail was moving. So it's like, yeah, I think he was just laying there. I don't think he was stuck.
But why?
Yeah, that was a really weird scene. As far as this movie goes, that scene was kind of weird.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, there's no like description on why.
What I'm just saying, like, I need an explanation on what was supposed to be happening in that scene. It's clearly something supposed to be happening that I'm not getting.
Yeah. Well, I figured that she had to be quiet because if not, he's going to know she's there.
Well, it's not about her. It's about him.
Yeah. But it's like if she was making noise, I feel like he would have jumped up and killed her.
So you think it was just there and didn't know she was there?
Yes.
Maybe it did. But no, didn't it?
Yeah, like it had to know she was there. How?
Oh, maybe not. Maybe she know. Now I'm trying to think of what I saw.
I got to rewatch that last scene, but
like,
I think she's seen
the
him.
Alien, and it didn't notice her, and she slowly got the
suit on.
So what was it? Just going to take a nap?
Hey, maybe it was napping. They did a lot of killing.
Yeah, I was like, maybe he figured like everyone is dead, because that's the one thing in all the Alien movies is like once they kill everything. It's like their objective is done.
Y'all, that don't make no sense.
Hey, man, look.
Yeah. Well, I did look up on like, okay, how would he have known to get off the ship? And they said they are intelligent enough to do that.
Well, I mean, it's not like the countdown was subtle.
True.
They don't speak English.
Everyone speaks English in the movie world, don't you know?
That's true. Alrighty, well, that's the end of it, and she heads back to Earth after blowing it out of the ship. Just fine. Weird CGI explosion for the big mothership. Yeah.
Like, that's half their budget right there. Lead them along.
It was the epic Star Wars explosion of the ship.
The Star Wars explosion was good. This one, I don't know. Maybe they should have just reused Star Wars explosion. But yeah. All right. So that was Alien. It's a pretty simple movie.
Yeah, it is. I think like even with the like, you know, now everything's CGI or whatever. I think they still did a good job of creating a lot of suspense.
Yeah.
Even though with like the camera work, the lighting, stuff like that. So it got its point across because now everything is just like more gory than anything else and not for no reason, but not capturing like the same essence that this movie had without having that thrill and suspense built into it. It's just like, oh, a bunch of people died, and it's like, okay, great, but that's not really the same thing I'm looking for.
Suspenseful things to me is better than it just being gory. Especially just being gory to me, I don't get how that's classified as horror.
Yeah,
I'm not afraid of gore. It's just disgusting.
Yeah,
But making stuff suspenseful. That, you know, when you elicit a fear response from people, I think that's
which I think like a lot of the sequels ran into. It's like as we got more and more technology, it's like, oh, watch how we kill this guy. I'm like, but that's not scary though. That's not why I'm watching the movie.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I feel the same way about Predator.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, it was already kind of graphic with the first two movies
but it
to
made
begin
sense,
with.
though.
Yeah, but it's like it got worse than that by like the third installment, and it's just like, okay, it's like you're more focused on this than an actual story because the story is stupid.
Yeah, well, like I think the first Predator movie combined both of that goriness, but also was like, since you couldn't see the Predator, you're with them, like, you know, where is this thing at? And it built that suspense in it.
Yeah.
And the other ones was again just like a gruesome kill, which to me is just, that's nothing.
Yep. It's unnecessary.
Yeah, it's not a thriller then. So yeah. But yeah, I think this movie made the most of the available technology that it had. Bad CGI aside.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's talk about some random movie facts then.
All right. So they originally offered the role of Ripley to Meryl Streep.
Huh.
That's very interesting.
That is very interesting.
Wow, her career may have went in a whole nother direction.
Yeah, like I
Actually,
cannot see her in a movie like this.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, I think she could do it, but I mean, Sigourney Weaver is.
I mean,
you know.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I mean, Meryl Streep would have been. She'd have done an excellent job, but it's just an interesting thought.
Yeah.
But yeah, she had to turn her down because I think her partner she was with at the time had died, so she couldn't do the movie.
Okay.
Yeah, so very interesting. We would have gotten Meryl Streep.
That's an interesting casting. I think that's an interesting alternate history.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay.
And then for the role of Dallas, Harrison Ford.
Wait, which one was Dallas again?
Dallas was the bad captain.
The captain.
Oh.
I could see that. I could see that.
Yeah.
But I think his career would have been very different too. But this was after Star Wars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
maybe he didn't want to be in another space movie.
It's a different kind of space movie.
It's the opposite of Star Wars.
It is definitely the opposite of Star Wars.
Yeah. So I don't know. That'd have been interesting to see.
Too, yeah.
That's an interesting movie. Harrison Ford and Meryl Streep and
We need to find a way to get onto an alternate
like
timeline.
now I need to see this movie.
Right, we need to see this alternate timeline branch.
Yeah. Okay. Movie facts. More movie facts.
Okay.
So the chest bursting scene, the one that we saw, they actually shot it twice. The one we see in the movie is actually the failed attempt because it was actually supposed to rip through the guy's shirt.
Oh.
And this one, it doesn't, but they felt like the failed attempt actually looks better, so they left it in. So, but the actors' reactions were real because they used real animal guts and blood for the scene, but didn't tell the cast it would be real. So, like when they're getting sprayed with blood and stuff, they did not know that was going to happen. So that one girl, when she's like, "Oh God," no, that's her actual reaction.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah,
I mean that's a way to get a real life reaction. Is like, don't tell anybody.
Yeah, well, I'm like, but did we have to use real animal blood and guts?
Yeah,
though?
what happened to like the corn syrup?
Oh, they use everything because the eggs were like inside of that were like I think cow hearts and stomachs or something.
Come on.
Just yeah. Okay, so obviously we stated that the alien was only in this movie for about 4 minutes, or we only seen 4 minutes of it, and we never see the whole body.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's because they wanted to use animatronics for it, but the technology just wasn't there to do what they wanted it to do.
Okay.
See, this came out 20 years later. They could have did it. So instead, the alien was a guy 6'10", Balaji Badejo. I'm pronouncing that all kinds of wrong. But anyway, it was a man in a suit. A really tall man in a suit.
All right, we couldn't see the zipper, so you know.
Yeah, but apparently, okay, so this man is nearly 7 feet tall.
Yeah.
The set was only 6'6". Like,
oh, so that's why the alien's always crouching.
And also makes the alien look a lot bigger than what it is.
Yeah, well, then also they said Ridley Scott So like they made the ship, so all the corridors are actually corridors, and all the shots are used with a handheld camera.
Okay.
But then they also said that he would then also purposely push in the set walls to make it feel
More claustrophobic.
Uh-huh.
Bruh, I'm gonna need you not.
yeah. Okay, so the space suits that they used when they first investigate that planet that they were on had no ventilation in it, so the actors were like passing out, and so
What?
I don't know. It's the 70s. Who knows?
It didn't have ventilation.
It didn't have any ventilation in it.
What did you think?
I don't know. So they were passing out, and so they only made modifications to the suit so they use kids for like the establishing shot to make things look bigger than they are. So they had little kids in the spacesuit, and then when they were passing out, they said, "Oh no, we probably should fix these suits."
Oh, but the adults passing out was
No big deal, but it was really Scott's kids, and that he
Oh.
used his own kids, and so when his own kids start passing
I
out,
mean,
now it's an issue.
kids passing out is a problem. I agree, but also adults passing out is also a problem.
Nah. You know,
No, that's fine, though.
that's fine. That's fine. Okay. So they made this movie for about $8 million.
Oh, that's expensive.
What I
than
saw,
79.
it said 11.
The one I said was 8, and that was after Fox doubled their budget.
Okay.
Oh, I can imagine it's on $4 million.
Whew. Yeah, but so Fox saw the storyboard and liked it and doubled the budget.
Okay.
So that's cool. So, but even still, that's about $37.5 million. So that's still a cheap movie.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah. That's so cheap.
Yeah, that's a cheap movie. So at the end, originally Ripley was gonna die at the end of the movie.
Oh man, that would have sucked. Actually, I'm glad they changed it because if that happened, I would have been mad. I know sometimes I'm like, oh well, let the thing everyone die
Yeah.
because of this is that. I would have been mad if the alien was on her spaceship and it killed her, and that was the end of the movie. That talk about unsatisfying. That would have been the most unsatisfying ending ever.
So that's basically what the studio said and told them change it.
Yeah.
And this is the one time was like, I'm glad you guys interfered because like that would have you go through this whole thing and all of that and then she dies too?
Yeah.
Nah. Not feeling it. So yeah, they changed that and she doesn't die. And think about it, if she dies, there's no franchise.
That's true.
True.
Yeah.
Because it does pick
well,
up.
no, you could pick up after the alien lands on Earth somehow.
Yeah.
That's not the same.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
But you don't have a lead character.
Yeah. And I mean, you at least need her for the second one. Yeah. So, yeah. All right, that was my last movie fact. I do have some nitpicks that we didn't touch on yet, or maybe we touched on most of them.
All right, what's your extra nitpicks?
Why are we bringing a cat out of space? I know we talk about this cat, but I can't with this
I
cat.
did think it originally, but then I figured, I guess if it's a long journey, maybe. But then again, they go into stasis, so I'm kind of torn here. I'm like, if it's a long journey, maybe people can't bring their pets. It's it's a comfort thing.
But there were 7 people. It's not like you're by yourself. There's
That's
7
true.
people on this ship.
That's true.
Yeah.
You don't need a social cat.
Hey, you know what? Fishermen don't bring their pets onto the boat. You know what I'm saying? So
Well, that and things go awry. I'm sorry, but that cat's getting off the boat.
you guys are ruthless.
Like I just can't. Okay, so we covered most of my other nitpicks, but my last one, do they need to be in a sleeping pod in their underwear? Like, okay, so if the opening scene, they're all wearing those flabby drawers,
Yeah.
and the ladies just got tape across their nipples. First of all, we can't get this girl no bras. Like, why can't they have on shirts?
I don't know.
And then you just
Yeah.
give her this little piece of tape. Like, what are we
Yeah.
doing? At least give her a sports bra or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then the last
I
scene
didn't
with
even
her
notice- I
getting,
didn't even notice
and
that.
then the
and
last
then-
scene where her getting in the stasis
Okay.
before she realized the alien is
First
there.
of all, again, do she need to be in her underwear? And then we cannot give her no underwear that fit. They were half the size they needed to be. Like, why were we doing this?
Yeah.
Like, they were
Yeah.
so small.
Yeah.
Like
I
that could
agree.
not have been comfortable for her.
They were definitely. That is the first thing I was like.
I was like,
those are definitely too
I
small.
know.
I was like, this was not needed.
It was so not needed. Like, I'm looking at this and I'm like, her jaws are too small. And then she turns around and I'm like, they're definitely half the size they need to be. And I don't know why. They're
Yeah.
doing nothing if they're that small.
Yep. She was showing plumbers crack and everything.
That's more than a plumber's crack. That's just, I didn't understand why we were doing this. Okay, that was my last nitpick.
Agreed.
That was going to be my nitpick too. I was like, why do they have to be in
And
there?
like, it's just one thing for them to be in their underwear, but at least give her tasteful underwear that fits.
Yeah, it's the not fitting part.
It's the not fitting
Yeah.
part. I care less about the underwear. You can make some kind of like not Transformers. What's the name of the movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger? The Terminator. He's like, oh, they have to travel back naked, do they? But fine. If this is what we want to do.
It was an excuse to show Arnold's real.
All right. So movies use any excuse to show someone naked. Fine. If they have to be in their underwear to go to sleep, I don't understand why, but fine. Why doesn't everyone underwear fit? That's the part I don't understand.
Yeah. Well, I mean, knowing this company, they probably just didn't pay for the repair.
They couldn't pay for the extra cotton.
They were like, yeah.
They spend all the money on the robot to betray them.
Right. All right, so I guess it's time to rate the movie.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna give it for a 1979 movie, best movie ever. Alien is a good movie. You can go ahead and watch it. I don't like. There are definitely flaws in the story, but not big enough for me to have a problem. The story's still compelling to watch, and like you said, it was good for a 1979 movie. I think it stands as its classic.
I think it stands up well. For a movie that I've seen already, I still enjoyed watching it. Even though I know all of the scary parts and all the suspenseful parts, I still enjoyed the movie. And I think for someone going in first time in, like, I could still see how this movie could still be scary.
Mm-hmm.
Which I think does a good thing. So yeah, I think it is a best movie ever. Like, it holds up extremely well for a movie this old. So, yeah.
I would agree with you both. I will give it best movie ever. And I mean, by rankings, out of the top 100 movies, they do have it ranked number 33. So
Fair enough.
I don't know what the first 30 movies would be.
Yeah,
but
I mean, I didn't look to see, but
It's hard for me to rank like all the movies I've seen. I'll forget movies, but if you tell me this is in the top 100 movies, I'm like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, okay, I can see that. I kind of feel like is it a movie I could not get tired of watching? I agree. Is it still? It's kind of like Jaws. Like, I enjoy Jaws.
Yeah,
like flaws and all. Like, I can watch Jaws.
Yeah, clearly. So if you haven't seen Alien, which some people might not have, definitely go see it.
We definitely ruined the movie for you. Sorry.
Oh
yeah. There's no suspense at this point.
Well, no, you don't know when the alien. Everybody dies. I'm sorry, but you don't know when it's gonna.
When it's happening.
Yeah, this is a horror movie. You know everybody's dying. Come on.
Yeah,
There's always only one person.
Always, maybe two. Mostly one person.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, there it is. That's our thoughts on Alien. I guess we're starting another franchise.
I wanted to start with the second one.
You did.
You said we couldn't.
No, we had to start with the first one. There was no reason to skip this.
I wanted to start with the second one because I haven't seen it.
You haven't seen the second one?
I haven't seen the second one.
I have seen the second one.
And
How is it that I've seen something you haven't?
I don't know. I've never seen it, but I heard that it is really good. It's better than the first one. That's why I wanted to start with it.
It is good, although I do feel like for me with the second one, it's probably the same as the first one where I haven't actually seen it from beginning to end. I've definitely seen the ending of it. I know for sure.
I do know how it ends.
Yeah. So yeah. Although, does Ripley get the face hugger on her? I think she does, or something like that.
But don't ruin it for me.
Oh, sorry, my bad. Well, we'll eventually watch the second one and review it.
Whatever happens, that's why it leads to Alien Resurrection.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, yes. Have you seen Alien? What did you think about it? Let us know in the comments below. And of course, make sure you hit the subscribe button and like so you can catch more of our movie reviews. And we will catch you in the next one.